get a confirmation from the people, those who have joined on YouTube. Is my audio video clear? Is my audio video clear? And also the people, those who are connected over a Zoom, just give me a confirmation. Is my audio video clear? If it is clear, you can just write clear in the chat box. We'll be really happy to know. पहले confirmation दे दो यार, नहीं तो पता पड़ा सेशन स्टार्ट हो गया और आप लोग बोले आवाज ही नहीं आई. ठीक है. Yes, yes, yes. Just give me your confirmation. Is my audio video clear? YouTube वाली जनता से बचा हुआ है confirmation. I'm waiting for them to give me the confirmation. फटाफट कोई confirmation दो YouTube पे जाके, YouTube live chat पे. I'm waiting for your confirmation, guys. जल्दी दे दो ना. कोई है YouTube live पे? कोई
सही आ रहा है शिवम YouTube पे.
Waiting for the confirmation. CA Harshita, thank you. Kajal, thank you. I hope the audio video is clear. Thank you very much. Great. So really happy to have our mentors joining in. We have our two mentors who have been working with global firms, and luckily a lot of students have interviews tomorrow, Shubham and Nimisha, for EY GDS, right? And to help the students out, I decided let's have a live session with the students. Let's have an interactive session. So before we start the session out, it's time to welcome the mentors out. जो Zoom पे connected हैं, I'll request all of you to please turn on the videos. वीडियो ऑन करके हम मेंटर्स का जोरदार तालियों के साथ स्वागत करेंगे. I'll give you unmute every one of you. वीडियो ऑन करके और जो Zoom पे कनेक्टेड है और YouTube लाइव पे कनेक्टेड, you can also give the virtual claps. राइट, फटाफट वीडियोस ऑन करें. मेंटर्स को वेलकम करना है हमें. राइट, ओके ग्रेट. आप सभी की स्क्रीन के सामने अनम्यूट का ऑप्शन आएगा. रियली थैंक यू शुभम एंड निमिषा फॉर जॉइनिंग इन. जोरदार तालियों के साथ स्वागत करेंगे. Yes.
Thank you, Shivam.
Great. एक सेकंड दो. मैं सबको म्यूट कर देता हूँ. Okay, thanks for the wonderful welcome. Okay, got it. So now we are going to be moving forwards for this session. We have two mentors joining in, working with EY GDS, right? This session is also helpful for the people who have shortlisted for other global firms like PwC SDC, Deloitte USI, KGS, right? More or less the process will be same, right? But understanding work culture थोड़ा सा अलग हो सकता है different firms का, right? So let's start with Shubham, a small introduction of Shubham. Shubham, it would be great if you could let our audience know what role you're currently working into and what all positions you handle for the same.
Hi everyone. So my name is Shubham Agarwal and I'm currently working with EY GDS in the assurance. And to be more specific, I'm in the wealth and asset management sector, where we handle the audit for the financial institutions and the fund houses for United Kingdom based companies. I'll be completing 2 years in the month of August. And before this, I was working with PwC for a couple of years.
Okay, great. Right, तो आपने जो रोल बोला, few people are like ये भी रोल होता है क्या? Right, हाँ, that type of roles are also available. ठीक है, right. Next we'll move to Nimisha. Yes, Nimisha, which role you're working into and a small brief about yourself, please.
Yeah, sure. So I've been working with EY GDS for more than a year now. Just like Shubham, I was in the wealth and asset management, where I used to perform audits for private equity clients. Okay. Recently, I think around 6 months back, I've been moved to the assurance quality services. So that is a different domain in EY GDS, which is in the other assurance. So basically, which performs the reviews of all of the audits before it is sent out. So I'm in the quality services. So it's part of the assurance, but in the other assurance.
Got it. So just a small brief about from Shubham and Nimisha, right? What all roles are given to CA freshers? Because wahan pe na, I just went through job description also. I think so whatever we have seen is that majorly two roles I have seen is risk side and assurance side, which is risk is more towards internal audit and assurance is towards stat audit. But iske alawa, what all roles are offered to the CA freshers? Since you are working into this company, so I think you are a right person to brief the students out. क्या roles मिलते हैं?
Like apart from assurance, definitely we have this taxation domain, जहाँ पे we have the opportunity for expat tax हो गया, company related tax, which is more of US and Canada based. Then we have APAC region, which we refer to as Australia and Pacific region. उसके बाद GSA आता है, like Germany, Singapore. So इसमें क्या होता है, like in taxation, apart from expat and company, you also have this chances in the mergers and acquisition, which we refer to as the transaction tax or the diligence side. So जो India में roles होते हैं ना, like we all have a replication here as well because the work remains the same, be it India or any other country. For the US guys, India is an onshore or global, and vice versa for us. So it is the same thing. Only is that the laws are different, the timelines are different, the cutoffs are different, and the way and the culture is different. But the ultimate goal remains the same. Like we get our accounts audited, they also do. Like we have taxes, they also do have it. And जैसे हमारे यहाँ M&E deals होता है, वहाँ भी होता है. And apart from the conventional audit and taxation, we have this tech side also, जहाँ पे which is more towards consultancy based. Now here as a fresher or as a chartered accountant, they advise on the various जो risk side का role होता है ना कि IT background क्या हो गया base, तो वो सब roles भी हमारे यहाँ हैं.
अच्छा अच्छा, मतलब multiple variety of roles are there.
Yes, yes.
Right. So I would like this. I like to ask this question to Nimisha. I think you were placed through campus or directly you started your journey with EY GDS, right?
No, yeah, off campus, Shivam.
Acha, off campus. Okay. So what all roles were available as a you when you joined as a fresher in EY GDS?
So typically, just like Shubham said, they hire only in specific domains for freshers. But I also heard on the other day when I was taking the boot camp that somebody got a call for the financial accounting advisory FAST role. So I'm not sure if that is the case now. But usually what happens is, as in when you're working there and there are opportunities, they definitely shift you to better wherever there are opportunities. We just need to communicate that our interest in the domains, so they help with that as well. But for freshers, I would say these are mostly the domains: your assurance, consulting, and tax.
Okay, got it. Okay, let's go one by one. I think Nimisha will start with assurance since you have recently joined there. You have shifted to assurance domain, right? So what all questions are asked in assurance domain, and what exactly the role which you are working into?
Okay. So typically, Shivam, what happens is they take in the freshers at senior 1 role. So all freshers will be at the same role. And so what the interview process is mostly like, just like how you guide the students for statutory audit, resume has to be prepared very, very thoroughly. Sometimes, depending on the interviewer, you can be grilled on the basis of the resume. So they go very, very deep. So if there is something that you're mentioning which you're not very aware of, so that will be a problem. So thorough preparation of the resume is needed. Apart from that, on the technical aspects, a lot of your audit areas are tested, Shivam, like your assertions, all your tests that you perform, control testing, your walkthroughs, and then all the procedures that you follow. Like they try to question you on all the procedures. And one more area that they test is they give you a certain item for testing, and they'll ask you how you would perform the tests for it. So that is one part of it. So it will be just be divided on your basis of your resume, and then they'll have a lot of technical questions on your audit. So a lot of students do ask me that do they also ask from the international standards and all of that. So which is not the case. They do ask from our syllabus, whatever is up, what we have studied and come. So that is one part, Shivam. Sometimes a little bit of your financial reporting is also tested. Like the important indices are tested at the last. So these are the main aspects that the students should be focusing on.
Okay. Got it. And just also one more question. We'll move to other domains side by side, right? Don't worry. Just wanted to also know that since when I'm applying for this global firms and after the interview is done, generally the roles are not specified at the start of the interview, right? And how does it goes? After you're selected, either Shubham can answer or you can answer, not a problem. So how does it goes when the company tell us the role कब बताती है हमें?
So ideally, they should be telling you that before the interview.
Okay.
So that is the ideal case, and it happened to me in all my interviews, Shivam. So I'm not sure what the procedure is right now, but that should be the case. But just in case that doesn't happen, at least when you get your offer letter, you should be knowing. They will communicate before that. But I'm thinking the questions will be based on the role only.
Right. So I think during the pre-screening call, most of you must have got this, right? अगर किसी को नहीं आया होगा, तो just get a confirmation before the interview itself that what role you have been hired for. Okay, not a problem. Next, Shubham, I just also want to understand from you that what type of questions were asked since you were working in a taxation profile role, and what type of questions were asked to you when you were switching from one company to another.
So like for me, the switch was completely the poles apart from India tax, M&A tax to like GDS assurance. So
Mhm.
first question that they would ask you is like why you want to start with the global services, because it is a most commonly moving around rumor that we should not start our career with the global services and blah blah blah. So first of all, I would like to clear that it is a myth. It is no, there is no such a hardcore rule that you should not start with career with global services or not. It totally depends upon your personal choice. So first you should be very clear, why do you want to opt for, or why are you taking that step toward the global services. Now what I have seen in my couple of years experience and with my colleagues and seniors working is the people with aspirations to move abroad, who want to pursue CPA if they want to move to US, or ACCA in case of Europe. So chartered accountancy will give you that niche or edge, I would say, that understanding to take that step in line with your decision. Okay, first thing is that. Second is that there are people who like to work with the international laws, because what I have seen is the base is the same, be it the Indian laws or the UK or the US laws. Chahe audit ka ho ya tax ka ho, it is all the same. But since you have an inclination to go or shift to foreign country, then this global firm becomes an added advantage to you. They will provide you a direct integration, which is not available in Indian firms too sooner, I would say. They won't give you chance to go abroad and continue with your journey, which the global services will definitely give you, and that too at a very early stage. And when I say early stage, I mean within the first couple of years, you can say. Not that you join and you get a chance to go, but within a couple of years, you will definitely get a chance. So that again remains an advantage to go to the global services. And
That's
the question that they again, as Nimisha has already covered, they won't be testing you on the international laws. Since again, as I said, the base remains the same. They want to test how well you can apply the knowledge. Now, for example, I recently appeared for an interview with Deloitte USI. So based on my current work experience, they also gave me certain items to test. Now, what happens is, for example, say test of controls and test of details is something which generally the student gets confused. The concept are not clear. हम लोग ऑडिट बुक में पढ़ के उसको बस रट के जाते हैं, and then we just elaborate in the interview. That we are not supposed to do. Pick up the real life examples, whatever we have studied in the articleship, try to apply them whatever to the question that the interviewer is asking you. Keep it very simple, keep your basics very clear, and the interview will be very easy to like sail through.
got it, got it, got it. So Shubham, you correctly mentioned about global firm, right? काफी सारा myth है market में, and people are worried about. A lot of students also ask me कि global firm जाऊं नहीं जाऊं, what are the exit options, right? So just again a brief, I'll ask to Nimisha that since you have been working into this industry for almost now more than a year, right? So आपने तो देखा होगा, you must have seen through this journey, right? So what's your guidance to the students out? Because this is a very common question, मतलब after they get selected, कि what next? Should I join? Should I not join? And all this.
Hmm. Yeah, Shivam. So this is the most asked question in all my PIs and whatever the sessions I take. So they ask me, what are the opportunities? Is there growth? So there are a lot of questions, and also I think students have a feeling that their growth will be hampered if they're in the global scenario. But according to me, like so far, I've had a great time. In terms of your other things, the global is a very good place to work. So in terms of all your work culture, everything, and the work as well, is I'm like a lot of people stereotype it, but it's not really that. You have a lot of opportunities to grow. You have a lot of opportunities to work, learn. So that is there, and in fact, the interaction with people from all over the world makes it more better. So you have a perspective of a lot of people, so that helps as well. Like we interact with the onshore on especially the team I am in, we work on a weekly basis, we interact. So they are at the partner level, and when they give us inputs, it's a lot of learning process that comes through. So yeah, the opportunities are good in global, I would say.
Got it, got it, got it, got it. Next, I would also like to ask that how many rounds of interviews are there mostly in global firms? Is it one round, two round? On how does it go?
I just think you'll have one technical round, one HR round, Shivam. That's it. For
Yeah.
campus, that will be it.
Like
Okay.
even I had 2 rounds. One was technical round and another was a mix of HR come director or sort of round, which was mostly a formality.
Got it.
And I think GDS doesn't have the version test also.
No. It's only the
Only I
Deloitte.
think KGS has
Deloitte
and
also
Deloitte
has it.
KGS
Yeah.
and Deloitte have a
Deloitte.
version test. Right. So, but the students are worried about if I don't speak in English or I don't have a good English communication, will I be selected, or speaking in English in interviews mandatory in global forms? Is it true?
Yeah, English comes in handy because generally within Indian offices, you can definitely use vernacular language. But when it comes to speaking to our foreign counterparts who are based out of UK or US, they only know this language English. So if we talk about at a very later stage, by the time you will be working in that environment, you will definitely get a what I would say a hold on that language, because even in this period of 2 years, I have learned a lot, like the pronunciation, be it the use of grammars or prepositions, because the English that we Indians speak and those people in UK and US speaks, there is a contrasting between these two English. So it is again a gradual learning process. So do not feel undermined that you do not know English. Basic English, even if you know, you will be able to make your way through.
Got it. Okay. Next, I would also parallelly open the forum for the audience, right? Jinko do bhi doubts rahega, right? You can start putting it over a chat box, because I do understand a lot of queries and doubts are there. Other than just getting a meeting link, I do understand few students have not got a meeting link and tomorrow's interview. But take hope for the best. We cannot do anything on this. You can just take a follow up with the HR.
I got asked on LinkedIn, Shivam, like, can you help? I'm like, okay.
Right. Okay. Great. Next, does this global firm offer work from home opportunities?
Yeah, I am working from home right now.
Specific to EY, GDS, and assurance, it's
Yeah.
team specific, Shivam. Some
Okay.
of the teams are encouraging their members to come and work. But I, just like Shubham, I'm also working from home. So
Lucky guys.
that leverage is there.
No, I
and
won't
you
say
can
that is
always-
entirely lucky, because we end up working for more hours when we are working from
Exactly.
home.
Awesome. Got it. ठीक है. One more doubt is there. A lot of students also ask me and says that, sir, ये global firm में chill होता है क्या? मतलब ऐसे काम नहीं करना पड़ता है क्या? ऐसा कुछ है क्या?
Not
नहीं,
at all.
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं.
Right? कोई free के
The
पैसे तो नहीं देगा,
problem,
right?
the
Definitely.
problem with us Indians is that हम लोग को लगता है work life balance means कम काम and ज़्यादा छुट्टी, but it is not so. If you're able to manage your work, your personal life, and your personal hobbies or hustles, if you are able to manage these three things without compromising your mental peace or health, I mean, you are having a great work culture. And I believe that at least in this last 2 years, EY has given me that.
Okay, got it. Next, I just also want Shubham to highlight on how does a taxation role work. Supposedly, if you're not working on the Indian clients and working on global clients for a taxation side, right, or some other side which is there, so does that impact our growth opportunities in future?
Uh, I won't say it would impact or it would negatively impact. It is a simple funda. Suppose like I have this one manager at EY who I interacted while cross utilizing, that is interdepartmental working. So she has made manager recently, and she's a chartered accountant, but she's so efficient with her work that but she doesn't have the signing authority. Now for that signing authority, she requires a particular degree, and since she's working for the US clients, she needs a CPA. So after being a manager, now she has decided and she is already cleared like majority of her papers, 3 out of 4, I guess, of CPA, so that she get that signing authority. So when I interacted with her and when I interact with my friends, I see a lot of scope over there, because working with taxation doesn't only means that you are doing company taxation or expat taxation, but also it involves M&A tax deals, then transaction diligence, and there are various direct and vertical integration where one can move from taxation not only to company level but also to deals level. And this is not only limited to your role in India working for GDS, but also going abroad like UK, US, Canada, and working for them as a client.
Got it. So Shubham, as you're mentioning about moving to global opportunities, a lot of students think that, okay, since I'm joining global firm, I'll get opportunity to move global. How long does it take to move a candidate to go to global countries?
Uh,
कितना time लगता
I
है?
would like to make highlight one point here. Like between India and global, there is only one drastic change, and that is about the model on which they operate. Okay.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
global mein what happens, the team are generally big. Like even my team is around, we have 26 to 28 people. Now,
Okay.
just imagine उस 26 से 28 या ज्यादा लोग में से छांटना कि who is eligible to go to onshore UK, US, it becomes very competitive. So it
Mhm.
totally and directly depends upon, I would bring it down to three things. First is your seniority level, means how long you have been working in that particular department. Longer the time, more the expertise, and better is the advantage. Second is what is your managers and what is your peer review on your work, on your attitude and everything. And third, I would say is how you can upskill yourself. That is how you can perform well as compared to the people standing in queue who wants to make it to the onshore team. So
Got
these
it.
are the three things. If you are able to complete this the simple check boxes, you can easily make your way. And again, those contracts ranges from like short term to long term, 6 months, 1 year, 2 year. And even if given an opportunity, you will be asked to appear for an interview, and then you can always permanently shift there. Because I have my colleagues who have opted for this route. They have worked for a couple of years, 2 to 3 years. They have obtained good recommendations from their managers, and they have migrated globally like forever.
Acha, acha, acha. Matlab the people can go to global countries as well,
Yes,
provided they have these three important qualities which are there.
correct.
Got it. Not a problem. So, just also wanted to check that does this global firm offers us education opportunities for CPA and other things out? Is this
Yes.
sponsored?
Yes, not only they are also reimbursing the cost. Like there are certain check boxes to be cleared, which depends upon organization to organization.
All right.
So suppose if like they have a reimbursement policy, and also the number of attempts are also specified. So like
Okay.
EY is currently offering for CPA, and
Mhm.
they are also offering their own MBA program, which
Oh,
is more tech oriented. So you
acha.
have to complete a set of learnings and appear for an exams and write a paper, and then you will be given a degree from EY. Now here EY is collaborating with certain institute who would be offering their courses. So
Acha.
once you complete the requisite courses, hours and certain evaluation process, you are through.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
To add
Matlab,
to Shubham,
yes, please,
I
please.
think it has partnered with Halt University USA.
Yeah, correct.
So yeah, so they provide the tech MBA.
Great, great, great. I think a lot of things are there, matlab which students are not aware of. So we are just trying to bring it in front of you so that you take an informed decision, right? Parallelly, we'll
Also,
yeah.
Shivam, one thing I would like to add, like I came to know when I joined EY, like Udemy, which generally offers the paid courses, like EY has
Mm,
taken a corporate blanket subscription. So to put it in simple terms, Pura Udemy is like
premium.
literally free for its employees. You just
Nah.
need to log in and you can do any course, not only padhai likhai, but you can learn guitar, stock markets, any skill, story writing, anything you can do. So like this is one of the advantages which I feel this Big Four can offer.
Mm-hmm. Right, that's true. That's true. That also with the Indian firm, don't worry.
No,
But
not
yeah.
what I saw until I left PwC.
But yeah, I think that's good to hear about it. Okay. Is there any specific duration or period which is a hectic season in a global firms? And how does it go? मतलब मैंने सुना है कि is there are follows a cycle, right? I think.
Hmm.
So how does it goes? थोड़ा सा brief you could just give.
Like currently, Jan to March is busy season for my department.
Okay.
So like it may vary depending upon the like tax का अलग होता है, assurance का अलग होता है.
Okay. Got it. Nimisha, if you could give a
Yeah,
brief.
same for me also, Shivam. Like most of the assurance, other assurance, Jan to March is very busy. That time it's like hectic.
Still, you have been a part of CA Monk for the sessions out. Really, hats off to you and really thank you. Right. Okay. Could you give a hints and the tips on more important technical questions for the round? Tanmay is asking the same on how does this technical rounds will be through. I think one thing is for sure is mainly going to be on your CV and जो role है उसके specific you'll have highlighted and more questions which are going to be there, right? And domain wise or role wise we already have a lot of sessions on YouTube which are there. You can just check it out. Statutory audit का चाहिए तो we have shared a question bank with you guys. Stat audit question bank. Go to CA Monk 8, the Telegram group at CA Monk 8. Go there, you'll be able to find out 101 question bank which is shared with you, and just start reading from there. You'll be able to find a lot of questions which are there. I'll also try to post some of the questions which are related to global firms which are asked to past students. Okay. Does EY GDS offers opportunity for domain change after some time?
It does.
Yes, internal transition, yeah, they offer.
Okay, I think Nimisha, if you could brief out, I think you have already done it.
Yes.
How does it work, please?
So it's two-way, Shivam. Either you ask for it and you wait for it and you go. So that is one way, which is
Okay.
like, you have something in mind and you communicate it with your counselor manager. And then whenever there's an opportunity, they try to do it. But the other way is if there is a vacancy there and if you're lucky enough, you just get transferred there. So that is another way. So
Acha.
both ways works.
Got it. Okay. Okay. How can someone apply off campus? I think LinkedIn is a good source, and you can also connect with HR. A lot of HR email IDs are roaming around in LinkedIn. You will be able to find it out. Is there vacancy for off campus? Yes, there's a lot of vacancies. You can try it out. How can apply? We covered this out. Number of hours after March one have to work. Oh my God, I love this question. Yes. ठीक है, मतलब मार्च में तो हम काम कर लेंगे 15 घंटे 18 घंटे. उसके बाद बताओ कितना घंटा काम करना
No,
पड़ेगा.
it's standard of 45 hours a week, Shivam. So
अच्छा.
that is in the non-busy season. And then your 45 is, by the way, the chargeable hours.
Chargeable hours.
Yes. So that doesn't include any breaks that we take, no phone scrolling, all of that. So just apart from that, it's 45 hours. So that is in your non-busy season.
Okay, got it. Sir, I have a taxation background and applying for EY GDS on campus. Is there any problem? I think no problem.
No problem.
Yes. Is there any vacancy? I covered it out. GDS restrict towards certain criteria. I think no. How should one apply? Done. एक बार just post the question only one so that we can cover all the questions out. Parallelly, the people those who are connected on YouTube will be really happy if you could post your questions out. Okay. Internal audit opportunities in global firms. Are there any internal audit opportunities? I think we have already covered it out. Internal audit is also one of the major domain where a lot of hirings are going to be there. सैलरी के रिलेटेड वैभव आई थिंक आईसीआई पोर्टल ने अच्छे से बता दिया है कितना सैलरी होगा. तो आई थिंक विल नॉट डिस्कस एंड नेगोशिएट ऑन दिस. I think HR is the right person to discuss on this, but I think they have given a good hint on this. Okay. Next. Interview link के लिए extremely sorry, we cannot help you out, but you can just mail to ICI and you can just check with your friends and try to connect with HR if possible. What will be the salary in hand for a fresher? Calculate after tax what you're going to be getting. Is it possible to shift to Indian firm after year or two? I think Shubham can answer this. Can we shift from global firm?
Yeah, we can. Transition is never an issue or it is never impossible, but it's just that you have to justify your case. Like I have come across various cases जहाँ पे a person becoming a chartered accountant do not get any job. So they are joining the global services either under any obligation or any pressure just for the sake of getting that job. And then they have successfully switched to Indian firms also. Like me, myself has switched from Indian to offshore. So it's just that you have to make your case very solid. Interview should be good. If you are going for any domain, just prep yourself in such a way that only because you are coming from a particular branch of firm or a branch of company, that doesn't come in between your interview. Just prep yourself very good. That's it. You should be having the subject knowledge.
Got it. ठीक है. Normally, how many days are taken to onboard? It's very subjective.
It depends upon the situation.
Got it. ठीक है. Just I want every one of you to type what role you have got, and I think you must have got a call from HR. कौन से role के लिए you have got a call, so that we can just talk more about that role as well. If you have got a start audit or assurance, just write assurance. Right. If you've got about जो भी role आया है, just put it over a chat box. We'll be happy to go through it. जो भी role आपको offer किया है, whichever role you have got, right, we can just discuss about it, right? And we just want to have an idea about it. I think most of you have got assurance, not mentioned. Okay, statutory audit, not mentioned. Assurance. Okay. Others, I would like you to put your role which you have got. YouTube पे जो भी है, right? फटाफट वीडियो को भी like कर दो यार, ऐसा मत करो. ठीक है. SAP consulting role is also there. Okay, got it. Assurance. So I would also like to brief about just go technology side, any of the role which you have got, either it is SAP side, Oracle side, or this Microsoft Dynamics or Workday. These are the 4 different major software roles which are offered nowadays. You will be asked number 1 role that similarly cloud and digital SAP ke liye, you will be asked one favorite question: why you are interested in technology? Number 1. Number 2, have you worked on any of the analytical tools? Number 2, will they test my SAP knowledge? The answer is no. Will they check my analytical mindset? The answer is yes. They will test why you are interested for technology side, and are you also interested in process related stuff? Okay, so that is something they are going to be testing you. SAP side में है ना, आपका कितना process related interest है, that is something which is going to be tested. All the technology roles are mainly going to be based on this. Next, second focus will be on your interviews, mainly going to be on your resume. That is one. Okay. Second is I'll just cover the niche profiles which are there. Other profiles, I think Nimisha and Shubham will be happy to cover those same. Right. CMAS role is CMAS and valuation. I think valuation Shubham can cover in detail out, and assurance and consulting. So I think we'll move to taxation side and valuation side. Shubham, agar aap brief kar sako ki what all things our students should read by tomorrow so that he can have a great understanding about that role, if we got a shortlisting for taxation or something related to valuation.
Taxation, again, as I said, basically it's of 2 types. One is expat, that's जो individual taxation, which is deals with the foreign people coming and settling down in India, or any MNCs appointing their CEO, CFO in India. And दूसरा aspect we have regarding the company side. Now, being a fresher, the interviewer is well aware that obviously you will not be aware of the US or any foreign tax laws. So first of all, read whatever you have read throughout in your course. Now, up taxation में भी ना कुछ basic concepts होते हैं, like regarding the allowability, disallowability. So just be aware of your entire basic concepts. Like in India, we have got 5 heads. तो obviously वहां पे भी 5 heads नहीं होंगे, but definitely कुछ segregation होता रहेगा. तो just be aware of all the basic concepts जो हमारे CA final के curriculum में था. And on top of it, they will be just asking you the concept regarding residential status हो गया, permanent establishment, the place of effective management. Then they can also ask you a few questions regarding DTAA, जो international taxation में that we have read, the transfer pricing method. So even covering all these basics for the taxation role would be more than enough.
Got it. ठीक है. Few students are mentioning that link receive हुआ है, but they have not mentioned. That is why I think I was asking Nimisha about at the start of the session. But ठीक है, those who have Nikhil, जैसे आपको link आया है, but you have not mentioned about the role and something sort of. Majorly, what I have seen is that in the past, it can be either assurance or risk side, but you can just get a confirmation from HR कि कौन सा role है. But prepare for risk side, which is internal audit, and second is towards the assurance side, which is stat audit. ठीक है. Nimisha, I would like you to brief about assurance role की क्या prepare कर सकता है students in a short span. After, if anything missed out, I'll definitely add on to the same. ठीक है. Parallelly, I hope others are carrying pen and paper and will be happy to note it down and prepare for the interviews, and will get selected and give all of us a party. ठीक है. Yes.
Yeah. So apart from the articleship experience, which they focus on very, very thoroughly, so that is one aspect. They pick up all that you mentioned in your statutory audit domain. So they ask thoroughly on that region. So apart from that, coming to your technical aspects, I think all of your audit basics, just like Shubham said for tax, the basics of audit should be very, very thorough. No scope for confusion. Like I've seen in PIs, people out of nervousness, they're getting confused for assertions also. So those all we should try to avoid. Preparing thoroughly for all the technical aspects. A little bit of testing of items, just like I said, for your assets, liabilities, income, expenditure. So those yeah. So those, and then FR basics, just like I already mentioned. So whatever are most important basics in any index is like 115, 116, your financial instrument basics, PP basics. So these all should be very, very thoroughly revised. So yeah, these.
Got it. Others, if you want to note it down, I'll just give you some names and the topics. Fatafat, you can just note it down. It will be helpful to you. Assertions already, Nimisha, have covered. Next is type of opinions and audit report. लिखते जाओ फटाफट. Types of audit opinions report, verification of trade receivables, trade payables, fixed assets, inventory, revenue, and cash.
Inventory, cash.
Yeah, so that is there. After that is done, majorly going to be asked on the methods like SLM and WDV. When do you use SLM method, WDV method? That is going to be there. Next, data's confirmation, any confirmation, all the types of confirmation, legal confirmation, data confirmation, right? You can just write it down, the types of confirmation which is going to be there. Next is inventory count, steps to be kept in mind when you are doing a physical count. That is there. Next favorite question, BRS versus bank statement. BRS versus bank statement. कितने लेजी हो, बोल रहे हो चैट पे लिख दो, शर्म आ रही है, लिखो, थोड़ा तो हसल करो लाइफ में, है ना. BRS versus bank statement, that is there. Next is cut off procedure. They'll ask you favorite question on sales side. अच्छा मैं स्पीड में बोलता हूँ, स्पीड में लिखो, ठीक है. कट ऑफ प्रोसीजर्स मेजरली गोना बी आस्क्ड टुवर्ड्स अ सेल साइड कि कट ऑफ क्या रहेगा, गुड्स डिलीवर हो गए हैं, इज इन ट्रांजिट, है ना, एंड हैव नॉट रिसीव्ड, विल यू रिकॉर्ड अ सेल. ऑल दिस थिंग्स टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चंस आर गोना बी आस्क्ड. कट ऑफ प्रोसीजर रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस आर गोना बी आस्क्ड. Next is one favorite question which is export sale के related. The question was asked to one of the candidate. Next is difference between TOC and TOD, right? What is test of detail and test of control? And next favorite question is how do you select the samples? Okay, how do you select the samples and what are the sample size which you will select? Okay, TOD versus TOC and sampling size. ठीक है. Then sampling methods I've already covered. Contingent liability versus provisions, right? When do you make a provision? When do you showcase a contingent liability? Right? That is there. And multiple relationship with a depreciation and a cash flow is seen. Like if depreciation is reduced by rupees 100, what is the impact on this? And what is the impact on cash flow? तो depreciation versus cash flow का correlation थोड़ा सा पूछा जाएगा. ठीक है, just read this out. Then they'll also ask you what is the difference between impairment, amortization and depreciation. ठीक है, अभी मैं ग्रिल नहीं करना चाहता किसी को पूछ के पब्लिकली, है ना, स्पेशली जिनके वीडियोस ऑफ है. देयर आर चांसेस दैट मेरा मन होगा तो मैं आपको पूछ लूंगा सवाल, तो आप वीडियो ऑन करके बैठ जाओ. फटाफट फटाफट. क्या यार, इतना एकदम कंफर्ट जोन में बैठे रहते हैं हम लोग, पता नहीं क्यों, राइट. कीप योर वीडियोस ऑन सो दैट वी कैन कीप द सेशन मोर इंटरेक्टिव. ठीक है, तो दिस इज गोना बी देयर. नेक्स्ट दे माइट आल्सो आस्क समथिंग रिलेटेड टू दिस फ्यूचर फॉरवर्ड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स, है ना, थोड़ा सा दे कैन जस्ट टेस्ट योर नॉलेज ऑन फ्यूचर फॉरवर्ड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स, राइट. व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन प्रोविजन एंड रिजर्व्स, राइट, प्रोविजन एंड रिजर्व्स. ठीक है, दैट इज देयर. हाँ, ये फेवरेट है. व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन IFRS एंड इंड AS?
Carvin carve-outs.
Carvin carve-outs, है ना, फेवरेट है. दिस इज अगेन वन ऑफ द फेवरेट. ठीक है, पूछने को कुछ भी पूछ सकते हैं, नहीं पूछने को इंट्रोडक्शन पे भी छोड़ देंगे, मतलब दैट इज आल्सो देयर, बट लेट्स प्रिपेयर फॉर द वर्स्ट, है ना. यस. ओके, नेक्स्ट इज शेड्यूल 3 चेंजेस. मतलब दिस इज फेवरेट इन इंडियन बिग फोर्स. Schedule 3 Caro, है ना, which is gonna be there. DTA versus DTL. This is again one of the favorite concepts which are tested in all the statutory audit interviews. What is the difference between deferred tax assets and deferred tax liabilities? What is the difference between Form 3C and 3CB, Form 15C and 15CB? Right? These are the versus question which are there. Bank guarantee क्या होती है? How do you record a bank guarantee? And DTA versus DTL, बैंक गारंटी. ठीक है, फिर रेशियोज रिलेटेड लॉट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस. हाँ जी बेटा, एक वीडियो यूट्यूब लाइव पे चल रहा है, राइट. यू विल गेट लॉट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस रिलेटेड टू रेशियोज व्हिच आर देयर, राइट. लॉट ऑफ रेशियो बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस आर देयर, लाइक डेटर्स टर्नओवर रेशियो, मतलब ऑल दोज रेशियोज, है ना, टर्नओवर, फिक्स्ड एसेट टर्नओवर रेशियोज एंड डेट इक्विटी रेशियो. What is the standard debt equity ratio? How does industry, if the industry debt equity ratio is this, do you think that a company should borrow more loan? They'll just test your analytical mindset. ठीक है. Then they will ask you something related to accounting entries also. हाँ, one more important thing, those who are going for this SAP वाला role ना, SAP और technology side वाला role, you will be asked more questions towards accounting entries also. तो they'll ask you, चलो बताओ कि इसमें 3 कॉम्बिनेशन चल रहे हैं. नंबर 1 जनरल सेल एंट्री, नंबर 2 एंट्रीज विद अ TDS इफेक्ट, नंबर 3 एंट्रीज विद अ TDS एंड GST इफेक्ट. तीनों अकाउंटिंग एंट्रीज पढ़ लेना. दोज आर गोइंग फॉर प्रोसेस रिलेटेड रोल, एनी ऑफ द प्रोसेस रिलेटेड रोल, स्पेशली फॉर टेक्नोलॉजी साइड और एनी ऑफ द साइट्स व्हिच आर देयर. ठीक है, तो ये अकाउंटिंग एंट्रीज ज्यादा टेस्ट करते हैं. विल दे आस्क मी एनी टी कोड ऑफ SAP? द आंसर इज नो, अनलेस एंड अंटिल यू हैव रिटन SAP इन योर CV. ठीक है, अश्योरेंस में नहीं पूछेंगे, बट हाँ दे माइट, मन हुआ तो ये भी पूछ लेंगे अकाउंटिंग एंट्री. ठीक है, so that is there. Next, what are the related party transactions? Are RPT के related disclosures and clauses? ठीक है, तो that is something they might ask you. ठीक है, हाँ तो ये कॉन्ट्रा एंट्री, ये तो बचपन में पढ़ा ही है ना, कॉन्ट्रा एंट्री क्या होता है वो सब. अब ठीक है अभी, है ना. तो आई थिंक you might, I told you ना, accounting entries might be asked to you. ठीक है, I think this is something related to assurance role which are there. है ना. Number of
Shivam, I think to add to you, materiality is one thing you missed.
Yeah, so sorry. I
Those
think
benchmarks, that is also one favorite question they like to test on.
yeah. है ना, तो you can just note down the materiality. How do you calculate? What are the benchmarks?
Yeah.
Right.
Types of materiality.
Yes. How do you identify significant account? This is also one of the favorite question. ठीक है, तो ये चीज है. शुभम बोल रहा है यार, हम तो टैक्सेशन वाले लोग हैं, हमको ये सब क्या चल रहा है.
ये सब पता है.
चलो, great. Number of rounds, Ayush will be 1. Next, I think I'll also cover for this internal audit also, because the few of you have risk side. And so number 1 is mainly you will be asked any of the processes which you have done in your articleship, or they will ask you any of the process related questions which can be either P2P, which is procure to pay. अगर नहीं पता तो पढ़ो जाके. राइट, ऑलरेडी जो GIR और बूट कैंप के स्टूडेंट है, पूरा टेक्निकल मटेरियल भर भर के डला हुआ है. जाके कोर्स में जाके चेक करो, you'll be able to find every damn thing which is given to you. Just check it out. ठीक है, P2P which is procure to pay, O2C is order to cash, which is also called as R2R, right? Revenue to receipt. Third is your HR function. हाँ, मतलब स्टार्ट के लिए भी काम आएगा. HR function which is hire to retire. इसमें favorite question is how do you identify dummy or fake employees? ठीक है, and if number of employees are added, addition and deletion. Addition मतलब जो employees those who have joined, how you will test the new employees those who have joined, and if the employees have left, how you will test that. ठीक है, ये टेस्टिंग के साइड आपको पूछा जाएगा. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट प्रोक्योरमेंट जैसे P2P है, तो all the processes related to purchase will be asked. What all things you will consider before accepting a PO? What is a 3-way match? Right, all these are favorite question. What all things you are going to be testing before you're accepting any of the quotation? This is also favorite process for purchases. ठीक है, when do you identify, when do you check a cut off procedure for revenue? ये O2C में आ जाएगा आपका. ठीक है, फिर FA is one of the important process. How do you ensure the physical existence of a fixed assets? Right, this is also पेपर भर गया तो नया पेपर ले ले भाई. हाउ डू यू एंश्योर दैट अ फिजिकल फिक्स्ड एसेट्स आर देयर? व्हाट ऑल डिस्क्लोजर्स यू विल कंसीडर बिफोर यू आर गोना बी चेकिंग द फिक्स्ड एसेट्स. ठीक है, आप बोले टेक्निकल क्वेश्चन लिखा, हम लिखा रहे हैं तो बोल रहे हो पेपर भर गया, शर्म आ रही है. हाँ ठीक है, तो दैट इज गोना बी देयर. फिर HR हो गया. HR में दे माइट ट्रबल यू आउट विद दिस. ठीक है, Index questions, they might ask you some basics on Index, right? 115, 116, 109, 103 favorite है, पढ़ के जाना.
Leases also.
हाँ, leases 116, right? So this is favorite. Just read it out because that is something which is going to be asked. Risk में they'll ask you, have you performed any processes? Why you want to join internal audit? ये 3 favorite question है. Why this company? मतलब why EY GDS? Why this role? कि वाई अश्योरेंस, वाई टेक. अब ये मत बोलना कि मेरे को आपने इसके लिए शॉर्टलिस्ट किया इसलिए आई एम सिटिंग. ओ हेलो चाचा, है ना, आपको पता है. ठीक है, मतलब कंपनी ने आपको अश्योरेंस के लिए सिलेक्ट किया तो ठीक है, आपको भले इफ यू वांट टू गेट इनटू टैक्सेशन, टेल देम व्हाई अश्योरेंस लो इज यू आर समथिंग यू लाइक, है ना. देन दे विल आस्क यू व्हाई EY GDS और व्हाई PwC SDC. तो you please don't say this कि बाकी कंपनी ने शॉर्टलिस्ट नहीं किया इसलिए आई एम सिटिंग फॉर PwC SDC. लिटरली वन कैंडिडेट सेड इट. अरे कम ऑन भाई, ठीक है, ठीक है. Why this company? Why this role? And why you? You should prepare for this. Why you is more or less related to your introduction. ठीक है. Please keep it to the point, है ना, and ensure that you are formally dressed. Proper communication is important. I think more or less इसमें से ही most of the questions are going to be asked, and all questions are probing based. Whatever you answer, उस पे next question होगा. ठीक है. तो just prepare well and be confident enough when you're going to be answering. ठीक है. So that is something which is going to be there. I have a taxation background. I think we have covered almost all the questions out. I don't know how many of you have written it. If you have missed anything out, you can just scroll out on YouTube. YouTube को video आगे पीछे कर लेना, question लिख लेना. You'll be able to understand. ठीक है. Now let's open the forum for audience. ठीक है. So that we can have a doubts. Yes. चलो one by one doubts cover करते हैं. If anything specific, I'll just trouble Shubham and Namisha for the doubts. Do they prefer immediate joining or people serving notice? It's up to HR how you communicate. ठीक है. ऐसे का knowledge होना चाहिए. Basics पढ़ के जाओ. थोड़ा सा कोड करोगे तो it would be great. I have a taxation background. Apply for EY, GDS in campus. Is there any problem? Don't have much audit experience. ठीक है. तो टेक्निकल पढ़ के जाओ. और जिसको नहीं है एक्सपीरियंस, इसलिए तो हमने मास्टर क्लासेस बनाई है भैया इतनी सारी, राइट. दोज हु डोंट हैव द गुड एक्सपोजर ऑफ दिस डोमेन्स, CA Bonk is working for you guys, where we have built lot of live industry classes where we have teach the concept from a scratch so that you can learn it. ठीक है. तो जो नए, एक बार जस्ट आई टेल यू आउट, वेबसाइट पे यहाँ पे जाओगे तो यहाँ पे यू विल गेट अ मास्टर क्लास. हर एक डोमेन की यू विल फाइंड अ मास्टर क्लास व्हिच आर देयर. ठीक है. जस्ट चेक इट आउट, ट्रस्ट मी, यू लव इट. ठीक है. हर एक डोमेन की वी हैव ट्राइड टू क्रिएटेड इट आउट. ठीक है. वेबसाइट पे दिख जाएगा आपको. कैंपस में फॉर्मल ब्लेजर पहनूं क्या? तो रखने के लिए लिया है क्या? ठीक है. पहनना भाई. ठीक है. सर आई हैव टैक्सेशन बैकग्राउंड, ये तो हो गया. Is it required to have clean shave for boys? ठीक है. Preferred है, but you can have a small beard. Is speaking slowly advantageous? कैसे धीरे धीरे बोलोगे? ऐसा तो नहीं बोलोगे यार. ठीक है. P2P is for assurance too. The answer is yes. Sir, I have a taxation background. हो गया. Hello, my husband is working in Germany. Is there any opportunity for CA in Germany? Else, do anyone company support those remote working role? If Nimisha and Shubham can answer this. Germany maybe है, I think is the presence. I think they divide into regions, right? 5-4 regions होते हैं ना अलग अलग. Shubham और Nimisha.
It is present like across the globe. कोई country नहीं जो छोड़ा होगा इन्होंने. So that again depends upon the vacancy in a particular region also. So you have to get in touch with the HR situation. समझाओ अपना. They might definitely come to a common ground and provide you with a way out.
Got it. Acha, someone is also saying that will this session be helpful for PwC SDC, all the global firms, भाई? Same ही होगा.
Yeah, it's almost same. थोड़ा बहुत tweaking होता है.
Just the flavor will be different. मतलब सिर्फ mentors अलग रहेंगे, लोग अलग रहेंगे, है ना? But more or less exposure will be same in all the global firms which are there, right? So you can refer this session for all the global firms. I have applied for off-campus CY GDS. HR said that they have not started hiring for CA fresher. Can we apply offshore only after March? मैं नहीं कर पाऊंगा आंसर. आई थिंक निमिषा एंड शुभम कैन आंसर दिस. मतलब देखो वैकेंसी इसलिए तो कैंपस में आ रहे हैं ना, मतलब तो दैट इज देयर. तो होगा वैकेंसी ऑफ कैंपस भी है. मतलब आई हैव सीन लॉट ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स हैव गेटिंग प्लेस्ड. सर आई गॉट शॉर्टलिस्टेड फ्रॉम कैंपस, applied off campus too. Will that affect my campus? A or B, whichever is earlier. इतना दिमाग मत लगाओ. ठीक है. ठीक है. How to respond if someone asks you what's your passion? What is your passion? हाँ, तो आपको बताना है ना what is your passion. What is something that excites you? है ना? How would I know what is your passion, भाई? ठीक है. टेक्निकल राउंड, पार्टनर राउंड विल बी टुगेदर. इसमें कैसा होता है? आई थिंक निमिषा, इफ यू कुड जस्ट ब्रीफ आउट, और शुभम म्यूट. अच्छा, सो सॉरी. आई थिंक यस, आई विल जस्ट मेक यू को-होस्ट अगेन. हाँ जी.
So I think like you'll have one round only, like whatever is the interviewer technical round. and then HR round in the last. I'm not sure if you'll have a director round in the
Okay.
campus.
Got it. Campus में mostly फटाफट ही होता है ना,
हाँ,
इतना घिसते नहीं है. They'll try to close it ASAP.
Yes.
Raki is asking mobile.
Answering your previous question, that off-campus hiring one. So
Mhm.
what is happening is they're currently hiring through campus, Shivam. Even I tried to, people ask me for referrals, but the thing is they're not opening it because they want to hire the maximum
From
chunk of
campus
people
only.
from campus. Maybe after that they can.
Got it. Not a problem. ठीक है. When we will get to know about results, बेटा on the same day you'll get to know, right, which is there. मोबाइल से ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं क्या? हा. Recommended not. सर टाई पहनना जरूरी है क्या? प्रेफर्ड. शर्म आ रही है, मोबाइल से पूछ रहे हो. 2-3 लोग ने पूछ लिया मुझे, भाई तुम Amazon का 7 days रिटर्न पॉलिसी यूज करो और लैपटॉप मंगाओ. अगर नहीं है तो पड़ोसी का लेके आओ, नहीं है तो साइबर कैफे में जाके बैठो, बट प्रिफर्ड नॉट टू गिव फ्रॉम मोबाइल फोन. फोन आ गया बीच में, डर जाओगे. प्लीज डू नॉट डू दिस यार. कम ऑन यार, वी आर ग्रोन चार्टर्ड्स. ठीक है, ऐसा मत करो यार. कैन यू टेल अबाउट CMAS वैल्यूएशन, व्हाट टू प्रिपेयर? CMAS is mainly related to India's accounting role side, right, which is there offered by the Indian firm. I don't know what role this are offered in global firm, if Nimisha and Shubham is aware of, but it's mainly related to India's advisory and accounting and bookkeeping side, and also parallelly they help in a lot of M&A transactions and valuation from India's side. कि बहुत बार मैंने देखा है कि कोई ट्रांजैक्शन हो रहा है तो क्या इंडेक्स अकाउंटिंग रहेगा, कैसे होगा. तो दैट इज समथिंग व्हिच दे आर गोना बी टेस्टिंग यू फॉर. तो बी प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर इंडेक्स साइड व्हिच इज गोना बी देयर. आई थिंक दैट इज समथिंग व्हिच इज गोना बी आस्क्ड टू यू. सर व्हाट टू डू इफ वी डू नॉट हैव अ गुड आर्टिकलशिप एक्सपोजर फॉर अ स्टार्ट ऑडिट? मास्टर क्लास देख लो, हो जाएगा आपका. राइट, कंसल्टिंग रोल इन EY GDS. कंसल्टिंग रोल, I doubt consulting role offer हो रहा होगा किसी को, but I think it's more related to, एक बार JD पढ़ लेना, वो start और ये होगा. Okay,
I think it's the internal audit one.
इंटर ऑडिट. हाँ, इंटर ऑडिट होगा. Okay, SOX position more or less इंटर ऑडिट related ही पूछा जाएगा आपको SOX में भी. ठीक है, if you have offered for SOX role. ठीक है, what to prepare if not mentioned, I've mentioned it out. Prepare for start and internal, that is something which is going to be there. If we want to prepare for IIM, can we have a sufficient time while working in a GDS profile? Shubham bhai bata do.
Again, see, if you want to pursue any other course, and preparing for IIM definitely requires pura time and effort. So there will be a busy season period where you may not get any time. But yes, it is again possible. You might have to sacrifice your weekends, your post working hours. But yes, it is possible.
Got it. I think on days of interviews, you should not ask the questions like what is the roster, should we wear formals, should we connect from a phone. I think ये तो हम लोग कितने time से we are creating awareness, right? It has been a months where CMONK is working day and nights for you guys to create this awareness. I don't know why people are still worried about and don't know what roster is. ठीक है, roster is a list issued by ICA for the candidates, those who are selected for interviews. Is it true that assurance we can copy paste work in global? I don't think so. मतलब शुरू में था, but now the work is getting better and better, right? More of significant accounts are also being a part of a global firms where you are doing the same. ठीक है. What would you answer if you want to join a global firm or Indian firm? You can say that. I think one of the good answer is I want to have a global exposure of a client's. That is one good answer which you can answer. I think Shubham and Nimisha will be better person to answer this. Yeah, Shubham. I think
You want to?
yes. What should we answer if someone asks me why you want to join global firm?
You can simple just say that you want, as Shivam said, you want a global exposure, and you can definitely integrate it with saying that you have aspirations to shift abroad. You want to work directly for the foreign clients. So in this case, you won't be getting that direct opportunity with the Indian firms. So just to fast process your aspirations, you feel the global firms are the better vehicle. You can answer this.
Got it. Great. I think that's a good way to answer it out. What is the last difference in work environment exposure? I think बस देखो इंडियन फर्म में क्या होता है कि यू आर गोइंग टू क्लाइंट प्लेस, यू आर विजिटिंग टू क्लाइंट प्लेस, right? And you have a client present here, Global firm में the client is outside India, which is there, and you're working with them virtually. You'll coordinate with client also, and you'll also coordinate with the head of that EY or PwC of that country. So after you've been selected, you'll be told role, you'll be told country. I think if I'm not wrong, this is how it goes.
Region.
Region hota hai. What all regions are there, by the way? Just
Almost all, like UK, US, Germany, Switzerland, APAC, Australia, Pacific, almost everything.
अच्छा तो मतलब region selection is on us or the company?
No, everything, the
company.
company, everything.
अच्छा, got it. And do we need to work on Indian shifts only, right?
Yeah, the timing is Indian, but suppose if you want to take any meetings, like busy season may, we generally take meetings as per their timelines. So
अच्छा,
that is one of case.
okay. Got it. ठीक है, चलो, I think we have covered everything out. If anyone of you still have any queries, we'll be really happy if you could post it over YouTube comments, right? And those who are on YouTube live, I'll really be happy if you could like the video out, and really thankful to the mentors, those who have joined in for the session. I think it was a great learning for all of us, right? And still, if any of the queries which are left, you can put it over the comment section. We'll be happy to cover the queries out which are there, है ना? So time to thank again to the mentors out for this wonderful session and guidance, right? I'll request once again to all of you to please unmute. एक बार unmute and turn on your videos on करके यार, videos on करके, ऐसा ना करें. अब तो thank you बोलने का time है, right? I think people have learned a lot of things, right? And all the very best for the guys for their interviews which are there. Okay, right, if you've missed anything out, the session is on live YouTube, you can check it out. I'll request all of you to please unmute and give a round of applause to the mentors, those who have joined in for this wonderful session. Unmute करके जोरदार तालियों के साथ.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Chalo, great. Thanks, Shubham. Thanks, Nimisha, for joining in at very short notice for this wonderful session. Right, definitely. अगर इसके बाद भी किसी को कोई doubts रहेगा, you can put it over YouTube comment section. I'll try to get it resolved. And all the very best to students, those who have interviews tomorrow. Wishing that you will meet those guys in the same company, right? Company में जाने से पहले लोग तुम्हें पता है, अरे शुभम सर से मिलना है, right? शुभम क्या है अभी? I think you're using that Teams or Skype. What is there?
Teams, Skype, Deloitte use कर रहा है.
Skype से Deloitte use कर रहा है, ठीक है, right? So that is there. You will be catching them over Skype. Thanks for the session, and you can definitely connect with them on LinkedIn. ठीक है, जिसे मेल नहीं आया है, right? Please try to connect with HR and ICI. I think they are the right person to help you out. We can't help you out. मतलब definitely हम लोग सिर्फ हल्ला कर सकते हैं, but that is never going to be helping you out. But try to connect with HR and the people, those who have got a link. Try to connect with HR. They are the right person to do the same. ठीक है, चलो guys, all the very best. Thanks for joining in and bye bye.
Thank you all the best.
Yeah,
All the best.